Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Shador or Door coming back to you with episode 10 of Direwolf20's 1.19 mod pack. And today, this is going to be just a quick segment. I went ahead and got flawless budding Certus Quartz. How did I do this? Well, simple. Using a cardboard box from Mechanism. If you don't know what a cardboard box is, it is a lifesaver. That is exactly what it is, and it is fantastic. You can actually get sawdust from thermal by taking wood and throwing it into a pulverizer. Okay, you then take that, of course, you put that in a 2x2. You get a cardboard box. Okay, and then you take this cardboard box and you can actually right-click a flawless crystal with this cardboard box, break it, pick it up, carry it over here, unbox it. There you go, flawless. You will technically never break the block, so therefore it can never decay. And you can see here that I just actually put one down, and it's got all of these fantastic Certus Quartz crystals on it, and it will never decay. Fantastic, awesome. There's a lot of things we can do with this. We can actually get more of these crystal growth accelerators, get a block breaker, or the annihilation plane or whatever, and actually use that to complete this. It's fantastic. It's awesome. I'm excited. A lot of things we can do with these, and I don't ever have to worry about charging these. So that's another thing. It's very cost efficient now because I do not have to worry about that. So with that, I will be back. I'm going to actually implement annihilation plans and stuff in this episode so we can get this stuff automated and also just really get going with AE2 full-fledged, because I want to get all of these inscribers and stuff automated so that way we just have a surplus in a drawer or something of that sort. I'm actually going to silk touch one of these so I can actually put it in as a filter. And yeah, I'll be back. Alrighty, so we don't have a whole lot of resources left. And I've noticed this, right? I can keep mining and I'm not worried about that, but I only have like 200 gold. Actually, I think less because I just took some. So if I actually look here and look at gold, I have 200. Okay, so we're not too far off of losing all of it, because gold is really required for applied energistics course, because you need the logic processors and all of that stuff. That's the thing. Now, let's address this. A brown elevator. Why is there a brown elevator here? Well, I spent some time and I have developed an AE2 room. This is where everything is going to be held. And why did I make it an underground bunker? Well, because it would be out of the way. Since I have these two buildings here, one here, and maybe using that one in the future, I can run all of the applied energistics cables under this house and under the power plant to, connect, right? And actually, there's one more down here, because this is going to be the controller room. Controllers can be multi-block. You could have a cable going out there, there. Each side will give you a certain amount of channels. Channels are something that we do need to talk about whenever we get a higher amount of cables and stuff of that nature, because it is important. What are we going to worry about right now? Well, we need to get a few things here. I want to get at least 3 more of these, which make 4 of the crystal growth accelerators. And this would allow for us to have the flawless crystals, at least 1 or 2 of them, be a lot faster than what we have, because of course all of these are flawless crystals. With that, let's look at this. So we need some Fluix crystals, which are quartz, charged Certus quartz, and redstone. So charged Certus quartz, I have 4 charged Certus quartz, and the Certus quartz themselves I have 137. And actually we could break these down into that. So let's grab a stack or 2 of these, grab some redstone, 1, 2, and then quartz. And for the actual charger, to charge Certus Quartz, let's improve this real quick. Let me grab 2 hoppers. Actually, no, I don't want to use 2 hoppers. I want to use 1 singular hopper. Well, hold on. Let's do @laser.io. So we could actually grab a laser node. a couple of laser nodes. I probably only need one right now. And then an item card. And then another item card. So you want import, export, and then there's this filter here. Because you want to export charge. So we'll just do deny Certus Quartz. And then we actually need another one of these bad boys, I think. Okay, so we'll do allow and deny of charge Certus Quartz. And then, of course, we could take this, do extract, and we'll extract deny. So we want charge to come out. Extract out, insert in. We'll need another item card. Because you need to be able to insert into the charger, export out of a chest, and then also export out of the charger into another chest. So I think we need 4 in total. Right, because we're doing several different things. I think. I'm not sure. Import into the charger, export out of the charger into the chest. I don't know. Let me just visually see this real quick, because I am, for some reason, completely spacing. I think I'm right, but I'm not 100% sure here. Okay, we actually already have a hopper over here, which is fantastic. So what I'm thinking is laser node, right? We want on the down, we want to insert, and on the up, no, on here. Okay, yeah, so we both need down and up, because down is exporting, and then up would be importing. So let's actually grab 2 more cards. Sorry, I'm a little out of it here. Can you guys tell? But let's go for 2 more item cards. 1, 2, and then we'll need 2 more basic filters. And the way we'll want these set up is the exact same, I think. So we'll want to export out Certus Quartz and deny that. Okay. Export, we'll extract just Certus Quartz crystals, and then we'll hold on. All right, that's allow, that's deny, extract. Nope, opposite way. Because we don't want to insert Certus Quartz. I'm trying to get this right. Really, I am. I'm just a little out of it here. So on the up direction, insert, extract. We throw a stack of Certus Quartz in here. This should just work. Okay, that did work. Took me a second, but I got there. All right, so, and then, yeah, you can see that it's going to throw this in here. And of course, since an item hopper is an inventory that you can pull and push into, you can do this. This is kind of a jank method, but that's fine. We only needed, we could put a chest there. That's all right. It's working. So I'm going to let this go, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so I just got a stack here, and of course we're going to have to back up a little bit. Control-Shift-Q, Q, Q, and this should give us Fluix. Of course, I don't have 2 stacks, so it's not going to fully give me all of it, but I'll just get 2 stacks of Fluix crystals for now. And then we'll make quite a bit of these into blocks. Let's just go 8 blocks. That sounds good. Okay, now we can make the crystal growth accelerators. But we'll also need more cables, so let's get some quartz fiber. Alright. And then I just need to oh, I actually have cables on here somewhere. Toss all this stuff in here for right now. 32. Okay, that's perfect. The crystal growth accelerators. 1. Oh, I'm already out of quartz glass. Okay, so we've got 3 of these. So we should be able to grab a quartz, or what are they called? I completely just forgot. All right, so here's this one. Let's actually grab some cable. Because if you don't know, we can actually hook these up. Problem is, I don't know where to hook this up at. We can start moving this, I think. I think this should be fine. Let's get this moved. I'm going to clear out all my tools real quick and everything, so I can have a completely clear inventory. I'm going to move all of this. disk drive and everything. Controller, cables, and the storage bus, which isn't really a whole lot. And then, of course, we'll need this. All right, so we're going to move this downstairs so we can have a more permanent solution for the applied energistic system. And of course, I'm not making any more controllers as of current. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a... I guess I need my blocks one, which I don't know which one it is. Okay. And we're going to center it up with the holes, so it's actually right here. Perfect. We'll just punch this ebony plank down. All right, so now we have access to channels. What we can do is come back upstairs. I really don't know how I want to lay everything out for applied energistics just yet. I'm kind of thinking the way I want to do drives is actually with these holes. Just kind of fill in these holes with a whole bunch of drives. I think that'd be interesting, but I'm not 100% sure. I mean, I really could just set them down here for right now. You know what? Let's do that. Let's just set them in the wall. And of course, we'll have a lot more drives in the future and everything of that sort. And then for now, of course, we can just run this through here. And facades and stuff do exist, by the way, which you can mask cables and all of that stuff. But for right now, I'm just gonna run this back here because I don't feel like making any facades or anything of that sort. So, you know, okay. So there's our storage, and we'll need to get the drawers and everything. But I want to make another room for that, I think, just so that way it's out of the way. Put it down like a hallway right here. Alright, so now we need to get the actual... Let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So right here is actually center. Yeah, we'll just go with right here. And then we can just smack this in the floor for right now. All right, perfect. So now, crystal growth accelerator. How are we going to do this? Well, I kind of want to put it in a wall so we can just kind of forget about it. We also have the framed doors. So in theory, I could just poke a hole here and forget that there's, like, for some reason, a divot down here. And of course, make it pretty later. I ain't worried about that. I build off camera a lot because it's so much easier. Alright, so let's start clearing out a room here. Alright, so just here, here. Alright, and then we'll run cables. And that cable can then run down into this room. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. Let's actually move it back one here. And since we want a doorway here, we're going to actually probably need to come down over in this direction. Which is fine. So we'll do crystal growth. Oh, these actually need to come down. Just like that. And actually this will work, because then we can put the crystal growth here, here, and here, and kind of have that just 2-block thing as well. I really think we could fix this by just coming down a few blocks. And just doing something like this rather than putting it up there. Okay, so all of these are running, which now means that we should be able to grab a flawless crystal, right? So just this, and this should just build super quickly. Should, keyword. All right. So now what we want to grab is called an annihilation plane. So the annihilation plane is this thing right here. So the reason it says it can be enchanted is because things like Silk Touch and Fortune can be applied, which would be a fantastic idea. I also need to go grab some iron and quartz, because I will move these drawers like ASAP. I just not going to do that as of current. I want to get an annihilation plane down. Nope, not what I wanted. I want this one. I really am wondering why there's not been a Direwolf20 pack update yet. I really am hoping that one comes soon so that issue can be resolved, because it is kind of annoying, I'm not going to lie. Alright, and then we'll grab this one. And then I have a large Certus Quartz cluster, or actually just Certus Quartz cluster, right? Yeah. Alright, so now what we can do is come down here, put this annihilation plane right here. Okay. Oh, can I not configure this? I thought there was a way to configure these things. Okay, so we're going to need something like a block scanner of some sort then. Well, I thought I knew how these worked. I was wrong how these worked. Well, let me be right back. Alrighty, so quickly, I went ahead and put all of our resources into the system. They are over in this room, of course, not finished. Quickly, just made a room, and it's over here. The storage bus, which I actually still haven't put on here, I kind of forgot about, needs to be put back. Not storage bus. Is it storage bus? It is. It's in my bag then. Alright, so let's see. Can we... There we go. And that should connect all of that. Alright, so what I want to do is get this sorted. Okay, so what we need to do is create an importer. Alright? And the importer we need is... Or is it called an importer? What is it called? Add applied import bus. Okay. That is what it's called. And then, of course, we'll need a sticky piston, which means I need a normal piston. And somebody did point out why the slime spawner did not work, and they are correct, of course. There are certain conditions with a slime spawner, such as slime chunks, all of that needs to be at a certain level. I just need to get a dragon egg or wither skeleton spawner. For now, I'm going to ignore it and hopefully have enough slime balls. If I don't, I will figure it out. But for now, we are good with slime balls. We aren't going to be using that many, so let's grab a barrel and a storage bus. Another one of these things, right? So we'll need 2 pistons, 1, 2, another sticky piston, an ME interface, which needs a formation core. All right, and then we'll need some quartz fiber, which basically a quartz fiber is what you use to create these cables, these ME flux cables. But what we can do is we can actually, we're going to actually grab a different color. Oh, I don't really want to make all 8 of those into that, but that's fine. But we can use this quartz fiber to power a sub-network type of thing. So let's actually go downstairs, and I've made this room just a bit bigger. And what we're going to do is we're going to import Certus Quartz crystals. That's all we need out of this barrel. Okay? And then we're going to put a storage bus on this barrel, which will then allow for us to put cable. Okay? And the growth crystal accelerators. 1, come on, place it. 2, 3, and 4. We're then going to connect this like so. This might be a waste of cables, and I don't actually have enough. That's fine, I'll get one in a minute here. And then we could run this cable down here and put a quartz fiber. So it will provide power, but it will not do anything other than that. And it's not the best looking, but that's okay. We're not looking for the best of anything right now. We're just kind of trying to get this to work, and I might improve it in the future if it doesn't work that well. So just keep that in mind. All right, so there's some of that. And the reason you'd also color these, I believe they do not connect. Oh, they do. Okay. But it's just good to color coordinate things so you don't get mixed up, basically. And then we could put this down. You can see that everything just turned on. You saw the blue light appear and the purple lightning. So now what we can do is create a Certus Quartz crystal in here and grab our annihilation plane, which is right here, and our flawless quartz. All right. So annihilation plane here, and you'll see that nothing is happening. Okay. And the reason that is because this storage bus will only allow for Certus Quartz crystals to be picked up. And that basically acts like a block checker, in a sense, for this. Of course, if you wanted to, you can just straight up remove this Certus Quartz crystal, and it will immediately break this on the first stage of growth, because, of course, there's a block there, which would allow for you to get Certus Quartz dust. So we will be doing that as well. So you can see that immediately everything is pulled out of that barrel. And you can see that we are getting Certus Quartz crystals. So if we just sit here for a second, we should see a few pop in here. Of course, we do not have fortune, so we will only get 4 per crystal break. If we get a fortune, fantastic. Enchanting's a little bit weird in this, so it's going to be a little harder to do, but that's okay. So how are we doing with power? All right. So let's just head this way. So I can put another one of these systems down without this storage bus Certus Quartz thing. I actually could just connect the whole system. You don't need this individual thing with this. You could just legitimately annihilation plane on a single channel and you'd be fine. Because that's what I had earlier, by the way, with it when it just kept breaking. That was giving me Certus Quartz dust. So you don't need this complicated system, the storage bus, the importer, or anything like that, the quartz fiber to do a Certus Quartz dust thing. But since this is flawless, right, you can see it will never decay. So I don't have to worry about breaking the block, charging the block, anything of that sort. While it would be cool to have that kind of system just in general, because it'd just be cool to look at, I don't have to worry about it at all. It's fantastic, awesome. We don't have to worry about block placing, block breaking, just crystal breaking, and that's awesome. Alrighty, so it looks like we are on our way to some things at least. And of course, acceleration upgrades, by the way. Actually, no, these don't take acceleration upgrades, do they? What was it that took an acceleration upgrade? Never mind, that was something completely different. But we do need to get on to other things here. So I do need to get onto making silicone, right? I could, you know, just have a completely another system, but I think what we're going to do is actually have another crystal growth accelerator next to this that takes in every single crystal and makes silicone directly out of that. So we're going to have multiple ones of these systems, and I think I could probably squeeze 1, 2, 3, 4 more in here. I think these front two, I want 2 to be dust, just constantly. Actually, maybe 1, but it's kind of up in the air, right? So these back two, I want to have them make silicone 24/7. So that is something we're going to look at soon. All right, let's move on here. So I actually want to grab a stack of this and actually go make a stack of dust, which if you don't know, throw it in an inscriber and it'll start making it. Advanced inscribers allow you to have a stack. All right, and then let's see here. Would this be more efficient with more than one side? Definitely. And I actually think, hold on. If I look right here, if I just open this, in theory, we could have a second thing, or I could put another crystal growth. But honestly, if I just do this, let me actually go back upstairs real quick. If I do this, and I just have blue here, there you go. Double the efficiency. You've got 2 different system. Okay, perfect. And of course, yes, I could do another crystal growth accelerator. I don't really know the statistics or anything of how the crystal growth accelerator improves speed. I would assume having 5 is better than 4. The tutorial I watched to kind of create this, because I didn't do everything the guy did, of course, because he had a block placer for the budding Certus Quartz and a block replacer. Or block breaker, block bracer, silk touch, block annihilator thing, whatever. We'll leave that link in the description, so if you guys want to have a more complex, in-depth look at that, you can. But he did have only 3 crystal growth accelerators, so I think I'm going to stick with 4, have it double-sided, and keep it there. So, also real quick, before I forget, network tool. So I'm going to craft up this thing. All right. And this thing, if I... Nope, nope. I mean, it is a wrench, by the way. It is purely a wrench, too. You can actually click on different things. So if you're somewhere in the network, you can actually look at how much power things are running. Let's see. Yeah, facades, network tool. I don't actually know what these are for. I know there's a whole bunch of different upgrades. Crafting cards, equal distribution card, energy cards, crafting card, inverter card, acceleration, fuzzy, advanced. This may actually just be purely a storage thing, by the way. I'm just looking. Redstone capacity. Overflow. Huh. Interesting. Okay. But yeah, this is just going to be something so I can click on this and actually look. Oh, there's RF, by the way. So we're using 15,000 RF. At least that's what it looks like. Or stored. The power usage is down here. My bad. 35 RF a tick. With 2 RF a tick as passive drain. I didn't actually know I could look at that. But yeah, so I could actually come over here and look at different sections of this. So you see how there is no actual import bus from this, because there should be 2 import buses or storage buses, but they're not there. But if you click on here, you can see what is actually happening. 4 crystal growth accelerators, which drain 64 RF a tick with passive drain. That's pretty cool. I like being able to see sub networks. That is awesome. And I think that actually counts the one downstairs too. Yeah, okay, cool. Or down below this one. Man, that is awesome. AE2 is just so cool. All right. Oh, and actually, it's an upgrade tool belt. So yeah, this does hold all of that stuff. Cool. I like how you can actually see that stuff. So if I have a whole bunch of upgrades, I can carry them around and, for example, go to my import bus or storage bus and see these. Awesome. Okay, this is fantastic. Sorry, I'm getting distracted here. Let me be right back. So something I really want to take care of just super quickly here is actually getting a drawer for the crystals. I actually, hold up. Before I do that, compacting drawer. Can I do anything with a compacting drawer for crystal, or for the Certus Quartz? Is there anything fancy? I might use the compacting drawer in the future, but if I grab a quartz, pop it in here, is there... Okay, so there's blocks, but not dust. So I was kind of hoping, but, you know, just might as well look. But if I needed blocks, which I don't think actually have any other use, like super useful thing. Yeah, they don't look like they do anything fancy, so okay. I was just making sure. Experiments, right? Actually looking at other things is one of the best ways to learn about most of the mods, right? So just keeping a tab on what does what, fantastic idea. All right, so we're going to throw that in there. We're going to grab our redstone compacting drawer, and then we are also going to grab our linking tool to link this. Oh, let me do single. And this, and then of course drop all that in there, and this as well. And then where's my fortune pickaxe? I was using my silk touch to actually gather up stone, by the way, hence why I've been using that. But yeah, so we've got that sorted. And of course, I'm just going to take all these out. I could go grab the like storage disk thing from Applied Energistics. There is one like that. It allows you to manipulate and transfer items back into your drawers and stuff, your storage buses. But I'm not going to do that right now. Okay, so you saw that I just accidentally did that because I forgot to lock it. All right, let's go lock this real quick. Configuration tool, Certus Quartz crystals, and lock it. I keep forgetting to do that occasionally, but that's all right. So the good thing about this room, and this is the last thing we're going to talk about this episode, we're going to end it quite soon here, is we will have access to a whole bunch of disk drive space, because I really don't have to worry about running out of space to put disk drives. But next episode, I should have a few of these done. I'm going to build them off camera. Basically just replicating the system. I'm not going to worry about doing the silicone stuff because I want to do that on camera, purely on camera. And yeah, just going to replicate this here and here. And then I think on camera, I want to make a dust one just so I could make it more clear and a little bit more simple to, you know, resources and things like that. So with that, thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry if I made any mistakes. If I'm unclear in anything, please leave a comment down below. Ask questions. I love people giving feedback. I always love hearing from you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay awesome. Bye-bye.